Hi everyone. Welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible. It contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament of the Christian Bible. I used the King James Version of the Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel from the scattered bits and pieces of testimony from the Old Testament prophets. It became the Book of Zion. In order to publish the Book of Zion, I had to write the corresponding Potsmoker's Bible because the Book of Zion is written entirely in Bible verse. Now, today, I want to take you kind of through the prophecy a bit and show you exactly where we are in the prophecy. Scary as fuck. But that has to be. In order for something new to be created, that which is must be destroyed. And that is what we're seeing. Now, the main characters of the prophecy are going to be Zion, the barren singer who God elects as prophet, Messiah, her chosen mate, and the future king of the Zionite people, the basis of men, Donald J. Trump, put into power by the Watchers in order to destroy the American nation, undermine democracy, the priesthood of Zion, the drug users, the Black Lives Matter people are representing them at this point, idol worshippers, those who worship the established religions that all have it wrong, particularly the Christians. Sorry about that, guys, but Christians are the the Americans are mostly Christians, especially those who are involved in what's about to happen. It is the evangelicals that have already set this stage up, and the poor, those who are going to be saved. These are the main characters of prophecy. I am Zion because I fulfill prophecy. I am barren. I do sing. You'll get there. We'll get there. When we get to the tents, then I'll get up on the stage and I'll sing for all of you. And I have run through the gauntlet of prophecy and figured it all out and fulfilled it step by step. That's why I am the prophet of God. The Messiah, that which the true Messiah, is actually my childhood sweetheart, chosen for me by God as my mate. And he will soon be the King of Zion. His name's Kenny. Sorry, Jesus isn't coming back because Kenny's already here. The basis of men. The last sitting president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. A man who was put into power by the Gray in order to undermine democracy and to show America what it really is. Because he has brought out the absolute worst in all of us in one way or another. He's responsible for more deaths. I mean, come on. He's right up there with Napoleon and Hitler. And before he's all done, he might surpass them both. We'll just have to wait to see what the death count is by spring. Because every COVID death in America is his fault. If he would have done what was right, what was real, and what was necessary from the very beginning, we would not have the massive COVID problem that we're facing right now. So I consider every COVID death to be on his hands. And and the violence that he's inciting with the Proud Boys and all of his bikers and policemen and soldiers, his militiamen, all of the deaths that are about to occur because of them are all on Trump. So come spring, we'll do a death count and see just where he sits in the most evil men of the world competition. I bet he's going to win that one. Now, um, I'm going to go on to the conditions for the fall. Now, the conditions for the fall begins with the towers falling at 9/11, because this is where the fracturing of America started. Turmoil in the Middle East is always part of the issue. And Israel is really being imperiled by all the things that Trump has done and what he's doing with pulling out of the Middle East, because he's leaving the terrorists to have free reign. That's part of his plan. The two great northern powers of Trump, or of the United States and Russia, who work together, Putin and Trump, put this all together, and they are the ones that are destroying America. Now, their intent is to make America another Russia. It's not going to happen. Sorry, guys, but you didn't count on me. That's what you get for believing in money. Because money is just as empty and hollow as the cross. So, Putin and Trump together have undermined the American democracy. China, the rising power, which is coming to the fore because of the downfall of America. The war on drugs and the corporate American state. That came about as a direct result of the war on drugs. Because it was the prohibition of marijuana in 1939 that opened the gateway for corporate lobbyists to undermine democracy and to take over America for the corporations. Since 1939, pretty much all of the laws have been corporate. So, the war on drugs and the creation of corporate America was one of the conditions. Consumption, which is COVID-19, which consumes a vast majority of people, so that we will cast out our dead in silence, it says. Well, COVID-19 created that very scenario early on in Italy, when they cast out their dead in silence. And they're doing that now here in America. I mean, refrigerator tracks, morgues full. And we're just beginning to get to the bad part. COVID-19 is going to ravage us for the next few months because of Trump. The police state. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and every other Black Lives Matter death is outlined in the prophecy. The elements are set. And the next question is, what happens next? Well, what happens next is the great destruction of a northern nation. It will be a horrific destruction. So the next few months are going to be bad. They're going to be really bad. Because the prophecy says the destruction of a great northern nation that was created from all sides of the earth. That is America. And you're seeing it in the mega marches. The white supremacists are going to try to take over America. They're going to try to end democracy outright, with Trump as their great leader. Just go ahead and try, Trump. Go ahead and try. Because you don't frighten me at all. Because I know you for who and what you are. An instrument for my rise to power. Yeah, I'm getting kind of grandiose here. But it's in the prophecy. The destruction of a great northern nation. A civil war. the end of America as we know it, begins the creation of Zion. Because by the time spring comes, we are going to be so desperate, so disgusted, and so in need of outside aid that everybody who wants to live free and in a world of facts are going to want to go camping. Because that's the next thing. The destruction of the northern nation and the people of Zion taken to their tents. That's where we are. So I know that through these next few months, pot smokers are going to start hearing about me. People are going to start looking for the means to escape this terrible destruction that's coming. And that's why I'm doing this. Because by next spring, it'll be time to camp. You know, it's like we will have, I don't know, maybe Trump will take over America and we'll be a rebel faction that will topple him once and for all. Or maybe, you know, it's like he'll be put into prison and then America will be like, oh, well, what's the next big thing? No, I'm the next big thing. Because what's going to be left after Trump is finally dealt with, it is not going to be much. We're going to be in dire straits. And it's when we are in this dire strait that people will say, hey, look, there's this crazy chick who gets high, who wrote this book about prophecy, who says that if we all go camping and say, fuck you, Trump, fuck you, America, fuck you, corporate police state, fuck you, everybody, we're going to go camping because we know that there's a better way. And we're going to call on God. We're going to call on the gray. We're going to call on the prophecy to continue with itself. Because that's where we are. America is about ready to meet its maker in the form of a horrific winter followed by a rising up of the righteous people of Zion to demand justice from the police state that has imprisoned us since 1939 for doing nothing more than having a good time. So the next big fight is going to be Zion versus what's left of America. And that's not going to be hard. Because all we got to do is go camping. Just imagine it next spring, after all the hell and damnation and struggles and worries. We'll just pack our tents, grab our kids, go out to the wide open plain, and say, here we are. We're not going to do a damn thing for you until you justify yourself. Because we don't have to put up with this crap. We're Zionites. We belong to a higher power. And we're going to show you that that's truly what it is. Because we're going to call on them. Once we've gotten rid of COVID in our camp, we'll have the vaccine. I'm sure that the vaccine will be available to us. We'll find a way. But we'll get rid of COVID, and then we'll hold our solemn assembly. And we will pray telepathically to the gray and ask them to come and fulfill their promise to Israel, fulfill their promise to Abraham, fulfill their promise to Zion. So may the gray watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. And may they teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Figure out what guild you're going to belong to. It's going to be awesome when we go camping next spring. So, stay safe, stay happy, stay high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. I wrote the book. So I'm going to say later now. because you know me. I'll never say goodbye.